Hey folks, it's Handmade by Shirley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've come on, I'm going to do a nice huge big red rose stencil from Altenew. It's a rose that, it's this rose here. Well, actually I've done it already. So it's this lovely rose here, and this, you get 3 stencils to layer up and you come out with this lovely rose, and it looks just fabulous. And what I propose to do is not use the blue this time. These colours I used were Savage Patina, which was the lightest. I used Broken China and then Uncharted Mariner, and I got this lovely design here. So I thought I'd try it with some yellow colours today, and what I thought was I'd cut it in half. I know, sacrilege. And I'd make it into 2 cards. So, as I say, this is Gilded Rose from Altenew, and it's 3 different layering stencils. So you get, as I say, you get the first. It tells you in the corner what stencil you start with. This. So this one's got a 1 on it. I don't know if you can see that, but 1, 2. And 3, so it's not hard to get, you know, lost. So I'm just going to pop this right in the center of my A4 piece of white smooth card, and I'm going to just pop on a piece of flow tack tape. I'm going to kind of make it less sticky by just sticking it onto my jumper for a minute, and that just makes sure it doesn't rip your paper. And I'm just going to tape it at the top there. So I've got 3 yellowy lemon colours out. I've got Squeezed Lemonade, which I'll start with first, Mustard Seed, and then I've got this dye ink, which is from Lavinia Stamps, and it is called Sahara. So I'm going to use that as the kind of darkest colour. So for the last stencil. So all I did was, as I say, I taped that all down, and then I just got my blending brush and I went over the lightest colour first. So lightest, medium, and then the darker colour at the end. So just bringing that in and go round that full shape of the rose aperture. Just making sure it gets a good old coverage right into the centre as well. Like so. And there's still sort of whiter areas I can see, but that's fine. I can go back in and just add some more ink to those. Just always kind of coming in from the side and blending inwards, because you don't want to get a big huge piece of you know, brush mark off the colour. And then just another bit, I think, that way. We got up here. Oh, and I think that's fine for the base colour. So then just slowly peeling that back. Like that, and that's my base. So I can slowly peel this off now, and then I can go to number 2 stencil. So what you do here is you're just going to line it up with the edge of there. So I'm lining it up with this kind of edge and making sure it's okay at the top as well. And that bottom area. And then I'll just, once I'm happy, that moved slightly there, I'll put this back over the top. And then I'm going to use Mustard Seed next. So just using the same brush, I always try and use yellow brushes with yellows, blue brushes with blues, and so on. So just going again over all the bits that are there to cover it with a slightly darker colour. Do a wee bit more in the middle, and then very carefully just, oh, I think I missed this bit actually. There we go, just very carefully lifting that up, and then you can see where it's changed again into that lovely deeper darker colour, and then just take that one off. Now for this one I found that I had to watch what I was doing, because when I first put it on I couldn't get it to fit. So what you have to actually do here, if you had this particular, is to do this piece first or do this piece first. So how I worked it out was I got that piece here as my sort of starting point, this bit here, and I just got it in place, but I don't go over this bit, it's just this top piece here first of all. So just make sure it's completely matched up as much as possible. Pop that on again, and then I'm going to do it in the Sahara from the Elements. So this is an actual ink, so it'll probably just sit on the top of this. So just going over this area first, like that, and then taking that off, and then you can see where it's gone in to these other areas. And then what I did next was I then moved this up to, I sort of wasn't sure where this was going, but then I thought, well, it must go somewhere around here. So let me think how I did it. So I wiggled it about again, and that was it. I got it back to, so it's always this piece I seem to have managed to line up, and then the rest just seems to kind of go into place. So that was there, I think that was right. I guess there's more of that, that's it. That's it, yep. That's there. And then just pop that on there to keep that in place, and then just do that again. And then just lift that up, and there we go. Now there's a few wee bits of ink there, but I'm not too bothered by that. I can actually, when I'm doing this card, I can actually just fix that. So yeah, so that's pretty nice with these colours as well. Hope you'll agree that's quite nice. Now obviously you can do other things with it, which I'll come back on and do, which I might do some heat embossing next time. So I'm going to pop these away, just now because I want to give this a quick dry, and then I'm going to cut it in half and make it into 2 cards. So if you don't want to hear, excuse me, this, I would advise turn your sound down. There we go. Right, so here's my trimmer going. I'll put it down here. So I'm going to cut this in half. So let's just, I know it's terrible sacrilege, isn't it? Right. So actually, what I'm going to do is just chop a wee bit off here as well, just so I kind of get it. So I want it halfway roughly. So chop it up here, and I might actually chop a wee bit more here. Better. Or what I might do is, because that doesn't look that great, is just chop it, this one. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if I should chop it that way or what I should do. Let's chop it that way. And we've got these 2 bits left. So I need to chop it down to, so what size have I chopped this to? So this is a 4.5, which is fine, I'm sure. And I'll just pull this arm out, move that along, and do it to 6.5, I think. 6.5. There we go. And that's fine for 1 card. And this one we'll do at 4 3/4, I think, by 6 3/4. And let's just see. So I've got a couple of panels cut out. I've got some more nice new silk and weave card, white linen weave card from Sintego, which is where Christine Stokes gets hers from. Now I'm going to cut this down to 4.5, and I'm going to cut from the top to 6.5, just there. So that just makes it a wee bit, and I'm going to pop it onto that piece of white linen card so it looks like that. Now I'm going to add something else to it, don't worry. I'm going to add something else, and this is a 5x7 base as well. So I might add some oh, that's my heat tool just falling down. Come here. Being very naughty today, you know. We'll just pop it up there on the side. Right, I've got some extra card here. I'm just wondering what colour. No, that's a wee bit of black. So if I said that was, what did I say this size was? This was 4.5 by 6.5. And this piece must be just a couple of 16ths short of 5 by the same for 7. So if I make it 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, that should work, hopefully, just as a tiny little border on there. Yeah, that'll work. And then I can pop it onto here, which will give me another little bit of border, and then that'll go onto that card. So that's that one sorted. Now the blue, let's see if I've got any blue, or I could see, let's have a blue colour somewhere. Right, that's probably over there, I've just not picked it up. Right, let me see though, maybe I don't have to do that, maybe I could just add that one onto the card front like that, just, it's quite nice like that. Right, so I'm going to put that all together, but I am also going to add some other little bits to it as well. I'm not just going to leave it like that, because I wanted to kind of make it a little bit mixed media-ish with a tiny something in the background. So I found these, I used to do cake decorating a long time ago, and I think you've heard me say that before. So I was cleaning out my cake decorating box when I had used it recently, and I found these little stencils, which are predominantly for cake decorating. But then I thought, oh no, I could just use these in my crafting. So that's my plan. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the little bit of, actually I think I might try it on here first so that I don't waste my card front. So I'm just going to pop it on there. So it's various sort of like swirls and sort of, I don't know what you would kind of pattern you'd call that, damask sort of pattern I suppose. And I'm going to just use very pale pumice stone, because I really like this colour at the minute, and it's nice and pale, it doesn't have to be very dark. So I'm going to find one of the brushes that is covered in green or something, and then I'm going to put a wee bit of very light pumice stone. So I want to just try it on this piece so that I don't waste it. So it's going to be very light, and it's only going to be a wee bit around that flower, just a bit, to see what that looks like. So that's quite nice. There's another, so we can see if it's going to look okay. So let's just see. It's quite nice, I suppose. Oh. Yeah, let's go with that. So for this nice blue one that I did off screen, and get it, because I've cut my nails again, of course, because I'm back playing guitar again, which is fine, I do that. So just very gently coming in, just a wee bitty, not too much, just there, and a little bit here. So I'm not really dipping back into my ink, I'm just using what's on my brush, and just lift that up a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. I might just put another piece up here as well. Like that. So it just gives you a very, very light colouring of that. So that's that one. Quite happy with that. And then I'm just going to do the same here as well. So just go in a bit, and then that's like it's a wee bit darker than I wanted, but that's okay. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can put a wee tiny bit here. So we'll go back in. I'll not lean too hard. There we go. I think that's quite nice. Might put a tiny wee bit in this corner as well, just up there. Just trying to hide this wee mark as well. That's fine, that's fine. Quite happy with that. That just gives it a wee bit more texture as well, and a look. So pop Pumice Stone back, and then we'll pop these together, and then I can add a little sentiment. So just using our wet glue, pop this back on, like so. Just try and get that straightish. There we go. That's one. And this one's got the 2 layers, or actually the 3 layers. So we're trying to decide which way. I think it's fine that way actually. So onto this piece of black, browny black colour. Just making sure that's right, correct all the way around. That's lovely. And then we can pop it onto here. And then onto my linen layer, which just gives a tiny, tiny wee bit all the way around as well. So, and then this piece here. Onto my card base, which is, let's just get this on properly before I stick it right down. There we go, that's better. So, you know, try and use your actual supplies, and you see if you can make 2 cards out of maybe what you're doing, you know, because sometimes you can actually do that. So I've got this nice little gummy pan label die. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut out with that, because I've not already cut it because I was too much thinking about the actual stencils. So cut one out here, and then we'll see, I might not cut another one, I might just use one. So there we go. So we've got this, it's quite a nice little die we could use, and then I'll just cut another one out, because why not? Why not? And I will be taking stock of a mystery bag from Gummy Pan UK in the next few days, so I will be doing another series on that again. So yeah, I've got those 2 there. So just pop that to the side. So I just need to get my Memento ink. there, and I want to use some gems after I've finished. So now I'm just looking for a stamp to stamp it with. Now, I don't have many stamps on the table. It's these spring ones, but I'm just going to go with these because that's all I've got. So these are from Spellbinders and they're spring quotes. So let's get them out if I can. There we go. So something that will either fit into there or not. I could do one of them with one of these or not. Let me see. What do we see? Ones that I've not used. Happiness held is a seed, happiness shared is a flower. Don't think that'll fit into this. No. So why don't I just stamp that onto there? Here's my blocks. Back in a sec. Right, we've got the stamp now on the block, and I'm just going to hold that straight and stamp just onto that bit which had a bit of a mark on it. There we go, that's quite nice. And I wonder if I can find one that'll fit in there, but I'm not sure. Let me see. It's too long. What about this one? It's too long. There is one, but I seem to have used it quite a lot. This Oscar Wilde one. I have used it quite a lot. I'd like to use some of the other ones, so I think I'll not be using these wee tabs. I'll use them for something else. Let's put this one back. Where is it? Down the bottom, and then I'll use one of the other ones instead. Oh, wait. So, what other ones is there? Let's try this one. This is quite a nice font as well. Blossom by Blossom, the spring begins. Let's do it up there as well. So I'll pop that on to the block. And I'm just using, shall I squint to try and keep it straight. Just using black memento again. Always like to give it a bit of a twist. There we go. And then I could do it there. No, let's just go for it here. There we go. That looks good. Happy with that. And then I'm just going to add a couple of wee bits of bling onto them. So move that to the side, bring them there, and get my pokey tool. I can bring you down very slightly so you can see what I've been doing. So I'm going to go for some of these nice wee, I don't know what they're called, they're ones I had for ages from Stampin' Up, but they're really nice ones. So put a couple of them just on there. I always like to do sort of 2 or 3 and a sort of uneven number perhaps. Put that in there. So that's card number 1, which is really nice. And card number 2. Let's see if I can use the same thing. I might be able to get something else on here. Let's see, what else have I got? They're too big. It's a bit big. I'll just go with these as well. So one there. One here. And I think one here, maybe. That's so funny. No, I think it'll go there. Okay, So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and please do remember to keep sharing away and spreading the love, and please do subscribe if you haven't already. I'd be delighted to have you here. Also, people who have subscribed, it seems that sometimes YouTube seems to unsubscribe people, so please, if you are subscribed, please check your subscription just to make sure that you're still subscribed. And thank you so much. These cards will go into social media and my community page on here, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.